Okay, maybe next time we have one of our GMs from Lagos and we have in the meeting, might throw that in. Anyways, welcome once again. From now till about 7, as usual, we keep the conversation going. Some matters on the agenda today. If you're out on the streets already, on the roads, or you're intending to go out, do note, once again, it's raining heavily, to make provision or considerations for that. And if you're on the roads already, do drive carefully, all right? Obey traffic rules and regulations. They're not suspended when it rains. Ensure your safety and the safety of others, or other road users, not just drivers or passengers, but pedestrians as well. So that said, let's get into the discussions for today. I'm not sure about today's side comment, I don't think so. And there'll be no rant today as well. If you've listened to the show long enough, you would know that during public holidays or other festive periods, I do not do a rant. More than enough days for rants, more than enough actually. And you probably heard plenty already. So I like to keep those days rant free, at least from me. I'd rather hear from you. So we'll get to that in a moment. What you're thinking, what's on your mind. After that, well, that takes us to 4 p.m. The business news comes up at 4. Remember yesterday, if you listened yesterday, I don't know if you did, but if you listened yesterday, you might remember I had a conversation regarding the APC State Congress here in Rivers State. And naturally, there were winners and there were losers as well. And I was to have a conversation, or my guest was to be Honorable Golden Chairman. He's a former member of the Rivers State House of Assembly and of the Senator Magnus Abbey faction of the APC here in Rivers State. Now, reportedly, he was vying for the chairmanship position of the party. Reports have it that he pulled out of that election before the Congress, or just shortly before the Congress. And reports also have it that supporters of Magnus Abbey, or those who belong to that camp of the APC in Rivers State, shunned the Congress also. And the Chibike Mechi faction had a field day, supposedly. Well, what does this mean for the APC in Rivers State going forward? I've received word that Honorable Gordon Chirma will be my guest on the show today, as he did not make the conversation, the interview yesterday. So in the 4 o'clock hour, that comes up. Taking us to 5, the news update comes up at 5. But after that, Immigration CG disguises as passport applicant in Lagos, apprehends corrupt officers. Yep. Oh, that story is in, goodness gracious. Today was quite a rush actually. I think it was the Premium Times. I think it was, yep, it was Premium Times, sorry, in the Premium Times. So let's see. Have a bit of the story right now. The acting comptroller general of the Nigeria Immigration Service, Isa Idris, on Monday, disguised as an applicant for an international passport at the service's Lagos State Command, Ikoyi, after which he alleged that some officers of the service offered to engage in shady deals with him. Mr. Idris, in an interview with the Premium Times on the phone, said he decided to walk in unannounced in order to gain first-hand experience of what Nigerians are going through in the hands of unscrupulous officers of NIS. The acting CG said when he assumed office in September, he had pledged to tackle 3 things, including addressing the challenges faced by Nigerians in the efforts to procure international passports, enhance border security, and improve workers' welfare. He said his unscheduled visit to Ikoyi on Monday was to confirm the allegations against officers of the immigration offices in Lagos State, including Ikoyi, Ikeja, and Festac Town. So we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this in the 5 o'clock hour. I'd like to get your take. You know how it is that you allege possibly, or your friends do, the top officers in armed forces or paramilitary agencies know about what the junior officers are doing, and that they give returns to them. Well, this man's actions suggests otherwise. Is it possible a top hierarchy or top officers in our armed forces or paramilitary agencies don't know what their subordinates are up to? Is it possible? Maybe they really don't know. And we'll talk about that in the 5 o'clock hour after the news update. Headlines 5:30, major news at 6 p.m. and open season comes up after that till about 7 when we wrap it up today. So pretty much that's the show. So let's get it going right now. Like I said, no side comments today. Okay, you know what? I've got a commercial break coming up shortly, so I think I'll go for that. And when I return, we'll just delve right into it. So what I'd like to know is what's on your mind? What are you thinking? I do plenty of thinking. It's one of my many flaws. I wish I could just stop thinking for a while. Um, and sometimes, or most days, when I come on the show, I express some of my thoughts and some of the issues I'm thinking about during the side comments, during the rant as well. So I will not be doing that today, expressing my thoughts. That is, I'd like you to express yours. What are you thinking? What have you been thinking lately? I'd like to know that. So I'll go for that commercial break now, and when I return, we get right into it. Deeply stay tuned.
Information is a two-way thing. Nigeria Info, it's your turn. Let's talk.
And now, Hard Facts. Hard Facts with Dio.
Welcome back. Still Hard Facts 91.3 Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dio. 26 minutes gone past 3 p.m. The conversation continues. Thanks for staying tuned. So, like I said earlier, before that commercial break, I'm not expressing my thoughts today on things that I've been thinking about or thought about earlier. I'd like to know what you're thinking about. So, what's on your mind? What have you been thinking about lately? Or maybe something you thought about deeply earlier on today. Or you're thinking about it right now. Yeah. And guess what? Yeah, guess what? I know you might feel bad about it, but oh well, life is not fair. I only want to hear from you if you've never called the show before. If you've never called on the show before, you've never had a call taken on the show before, I want to hear from you. The numbers to call 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. Now, I don't like to do this usually, but I'll do it today. We have a number that's referred to as a female line, I think. So I'm going to use that as well. So the female line is 0817 923 0009. Once again, the female only line, which I do not like to use, is 0817 923 0009. Remember, you have to have never called in on the show before, or your call has never been taken on the show before. You haven't been on the show before, you know. Otherwise, don't call in. You can just listen today. All right? It's good to listen also. I think it's a virtue or something to listen. You know, listening is very good. If you're not a good listener, you might want to start learning to be one. And now would be a good start, or a good way to start improving your listening capacities. Alright, so 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, 0817 923 0007, and that one I don't like to use, but I'll use it today, referred to as the female only line, 0817 923 0009. Let's see, I've got a Nestor on the line, I believe. Nestor from Peter Odili, you're welcome.
Alright, I just want to express myself. I'm worried about what is happening concerning the price of cooking gas.
Oh, it's terrible, yeah.
What people will pass through in terms of the ability to afford the cooking gas. Mm-hmm. So it also means that people might likely resort to using wood.
Yeah.
And it appears the government does not have plans to reduce the price of cooking gas.
Yeah, but the question is,
I speak with you.
what
There's
plans do
one
they have
thing
really?
we saw on social media. It's a man has, I could say, developed a pot that have a partition so that you could also be cooked any one meal this way, another meal the other way. As a suggestion, it was quite innovative.
Oh, really?
As a suggestion rather as a solution to mitigate the
What's the
impact
feel?
of
What's the
this
feel?
high price of cooking gas on people.
Nesta, can you
So
hear
that
me?
is what is on my mind. I don't know whether there's anything
You're
government
not,
would
you're not
do
listening to me,
to
Nesta.
reduce the impact of this.
Okay. Why does that happen? Why do people not listen? You know, when they call in to a radio show, and you're having a conversation with the person who's hosting the show, the presenter of the show, and you're not listening to the person, and you're just talking like it's a monologue. Why do they do that? I really don't know. Okay, I've gotten Alex on the line. Alex could not wait. All right, Alex, call back if you can. Okay, let's see. Once again, you can join via Facebook as well. We might be live on Facebook. I'll confirm that shortly. But it's facebook.com/Nigeria for PH. Send a WhatsApp message in, if you will, on facebook.com/Nigeria for PH. If you must express your thoughts on something, on an issue, if you've called on the show before, you can do so via WhatsApp or Facebook. Okay. All right. So let's see what's happening via Facebook now. David Dogood goes. David Dogood wants to raise money to start a business. David, sorry, can't help you with that. Kenny Leo goes, no side comments. Has a thinking emoji, I think. I just want the suit to stop in Port Harcourt. I want the price of cooking gas to come down drastically. I want the incessant killings in Nigeria to stop forthwith. Lastly, I want police brutality to end. It's unfortunate that we have leaders who don't even feel what the citizens pass through. That's okay. Port Harcourt Business Group, I think. Okay, I've got the Sheyi on the line. Sheyi from Ilile, you're welcome. Please go on.
Yeah, good evening.
Hi,
Good
go ahead.
afternoon, Daya.
You're welcome.
Okay, I just want to rant a little bit.
Go ahead.
Two things on my mind.
Let's make it one thing, Sheyi. One thing quickly.
Okay. If you look at the youth, the way the youth comes out when it comes to protest, and the way the approach they applied in choosing the right leader, it gives me worry. So, if for example now, they want to mark the youth are planning to mark the 1 year anniversary of the NSAS, and they are mobilizing virtually everybody in Nigeria, every youth in Nigeria. But when it comes to choosing the right leader, they don't come out in this mass for us to choose the right leader. And when we fail to choose the right leader, automatically we'll be having the same problem continuously that we are having today.
All right, sure. That's an interesting thought. But maybe it's a valid one, I suppose, as well, from my perspective. But I think what's most important is, if you know the right thing to do, or you believe there's a right way to go about something, don't bother much about who is not doing it. You go ahead and do it. Because if you stay back thinking others aren't doing it, then that might pose a bigger problem. So if you're convinced something is right, for example, going out to vote, so go out and vote. But it's a valid concern, I suppose. George, I had a George in line, but he's gone as well. There's a comment here via WhatsApp which I'd like to respond to. I'd like to respond to this comment via WhatsApp. Do I have the time for that now? Okay, I don't have a call yet. That's it. Dio, I felt disappointed in your compliment of Anthony on granting amnesty to criminals, which you had vehemently opposed to in the past. I'm bothered about your sudden vote. Your sudden vote fast and newfound romance with some LGA chairman. You term them as non-existent local governments. That's Tony Ife. Hmm. I would like to respond to this. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll wrap up with this in a moment. Maybe I'll wrap up this segment with this. Well, let me take Kingsley's call now. Kingsley from Big Boy, welcome. Please go ahead.
Oh, yeah, good evening.
Hello, Kingsley.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I want to talk. Hello.
Go
Yes.
ahead, Kingsley.
I want to talk briefly on this flood.
Okay.
Yeah, flood. Well, whenever there is rain, there will be flood. You will see operation. Hold your trouser, hold your shoe in your hand. So that's just what I'm just seeing in my footage here. I believe there should be a day that we will be marking for operation. Hold your shoe in your hand, hold your trouser. That's just my take. Thank you.
Kingsley, what do you have for me? Is something wrong? Why aren't you taking the calls right now? Okay, all right. Well, I've got a comment here. It said, ask your engineers why people are not listening when you want to have a conversation with them. Don't blame the callers. Now, you see, it's funny, this message, because now maybe there could be instances where the caller actually can't hear me. It's not impossible. I mean, if I pick up my phone and I dial you, I mean, sometimes you can hear it happens. You hear what I'm saying, I can't hear you. Sometimes I hear what you're saying, you can't hear me, stuff like that. It could be network issues. It does happen sometimes. But my biggest challenge is, most times, when the person calls in and the call is answered, when I say, hello, hi, Kelvin, you're welcome, the person says, oh, hi, Dio, hi. So if you can hear me when we're exchanging pleasantries at the start of the conversation, if I said hi to you at the start and you could not hear what I'm saying, that's a different thing. It's obvious you can't hear me. But when I say hi to you and you respond, and I say go ahead and you go ahead, you can obviously hear me. So at what point in the conversation did you stop hearing me? That's the big issue here. Now, Kelvin from GRA, you're welcome.
Hello, Dayo. Good afternoon.
Hi, Kelvin. Kevin hears me. Kevin, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, fantastic, Kelvin. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
All right. So I want to say a very big thank you to the new Ubiatmo chairman. You know those hoodlums that harass people who drive low-end cars, because everybody who doesn't drive a Benz, a recent model Benz, is a taxi driver. So they come to your car.
Yeah.
If
it's not a Mercedes or a BMW.
Last time I checked, all their parks, everything has been shut. And I was made to stand that the Ubiatmo chairman went after them squarely. Like, it was brutal. He went after them. And all of these things are things of the past. So a very, very big thank you to the chairman. And one more thing, Dayo.
Yeah.
Recently, usually I drive, but recently I had need to go from Park to Oil Mill by public transport.
Okay.
It took me more than 1 hour. Not because I was hold up, but because of these, Park boys, these hoodlums. At Garrison, the driver dropped off passengers. He didn't pick up anybody. He dropped off 2 passengers. And these boys, they came after him, took his his tire, and it was spent like 15 minutes, 20 minutes there pleading. And after that, we got to jail. It was another thing. We got to who are these boys? Every bus stop they are there, harassing bus drivers. I think somebody has to do something about it. It's not funny, Dyer. It's not funny.
All right, Calvin.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a good thing about, if the Obiakwa chairman actually did that. I remember when he was recently elected as chairman in Obiakwa. I think I remember having a conversation with him in the studio, and he talked about how he was going to do that. I believe that George Ariolu, I think, is a local government area. So he did say I think he had that he possibly is following up or following through with what he said. And that is happening, and people themselves, the good people of Obiakpo local government area, are experiencing this, because the impact of governance is an experiential one. It's not a spiritual It's not a spiritual thing. You don't feel it in your spirit. No. When government works, you see it. It impacts you. It's obvious. I mean, you see it. You feel the effect immediately. It's not a surreal experience, and you don't feel it in your spirit. No, you see it actually happening before you. So I really do hope that's the case, and that's what's playing out. We got 20 minutes to go before 4 p.m. and before we got the business news coming up and discussions continue. But for the moment, I'd like to hear from you. If you've never called on the show before, or your call has never been taken, you and I have never had a conversation on radio, call my numbers. What are you thinking? What have you been thinking lately? 0817 93 0002, 0817 93 0003, and 0817 93 0007. Those are the available numbers to call. That's what's happening via WhatsApp on 0809 030 6416. Good afternoon, Dad. My thoughts is on the high cost of living. Again, I'm concerned about the cost of cooking gas. It's a source of worry to me, actually. It's a big one, really. It's a really big one. Let's see. Good afternoon, Dial. Ibala from Umwebulu says what he's thinking is how would cooking gas that I was filling for 2,300 is now 5,000 for 8 kg. Hello, Dio. I'm worried about the heightening cost that's seen to the market. That's some good news. Yeah. All right, let's go to the third one. I've got Ned from Abloma. Ned, you're welcome. Please go on.
Hello.
Hello, Ned. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you doing?
Very well, Ned. Very well. How are you doing?
I'm fine as well, brother.
Great. Go ahead, Ned. What are you thinking?
Yeah, my thought right now is the complaint actually
Okay.
about the Nigerian military officers at Harbour Road in One. I'm a trucker,
Okay.
and that's what I do for a living. Every time you drive past that Harbour Road in One, these military men with their uniform extort money from truck drivers.
Okay.
For the past 3 years or more, it has always been like that, consistently. You have about 3 checkpoints at that Harbour Road. They will flag you down with their trucks. They use some young chaps that go about collecting 1,500, extorting money.
Now, are they extorting? Is it strictly truckers like yourselves or all
the
motorists?
authorities are well with, or is
Ned, hello, Ned. Hello, Ned. Is it all?
Yeah.
Is it all truckers? Or sorry, is it strictly truckers or every motorist that they extort?
I didn't get you, please.
Is it truckers only that they extort, or they do extort all motorists?
Yes, articulated trucks. Yes.
Only, exclusively.
Only, yes.
Okay.
They don't disturb these smaller vehicles. Once you're a truckman and your vehicle is loaded, you're going to the port.
All right.
Whether FOT or SLT, they'll flag you down.
Okay, Ned, we're sure I'm sure they've heard. I hope they take action. They always, we know they're listening. The DSS is listening, and the other guys are listening as well. So let's hope they do something about it.
Hello, Dayo.
Yeah, Ned, I said, I hope they've heard your complaint, and I hope they'll do something about it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. That's it, via WhatsApp. Around borders on the issue of policy of paid millions as compensation to police brutality. I hope the police will not include this money as part of their budgets, therefore bringing us no results. Okay, Manuel. Good afternoon. I'm worried about the price of beans. Beans, the poor man's food, isn't even affordable to the poor man again. To buy beans now is not beans. It's a problem, and it has a ripple effect on all other food products in the market. And that's from C Can. All right. I also don't like the term female lines. It gives undue advantage. We're not the ones controlling the networks. That's on Chidi. Yeah. I just think any female that wants to call in should be able to call in, really. That's what I think. Hello, you're welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
My name is Abigail from Maoli.
Abigail, you're welcome. So, what are you thinking?
Thank you. I would like to say that my main concern is on the attitude of our people concerning the registration and getting a voter's card.
Okay.
I was coming back and one of the taxi drivers was angry and was shouting, "It's remaining 1 year and 3 months. It's remaining 1 year and 3 months. Maybe it's a change of government." And I asked him, how ready are you for the change of government? Most people don't have their voters registered yet. They are clamoring for a change of government. And it's disheartening at how the government is not even trying to encourage people, just like they are doing with NIN. Because you can't do anything transaction without NIN. Can the government put such effort so that people can be able to register, so that 2023 it will be a massive turnout of voters?
Yeah, but so far, Abigail, I don't think there's a big problem with registering for your PVC right now. It's been going on. There were a few hitches initially, but those glitches have been addressed right now. I think the process was halted briefly, so that they can clean up the system, print some cards. But I know they're going to continue soon. Just go get.
I know. I said the sensitization is very poor and low.
Okay.
Unlike other things they do online, unlike the NIN and other things.
Oh, okay.
So I would feel that government can do better.
Yeah.
It will be better for every one of us. Thank you.
You're welcome, Abigail. And that's a responsibility for everyone, really. Yeah, government, no doubt, should do something about that. But how about the religious places of worship? Nigerians go to church every Sunday, and let's not forget the midweek services, the digging deep, and all of that. So the men of God should be sensitizing people as well to go get their voters' cards. The political parties have a responsibility as well to do this. Honorables and excellencies. Let's see. Oh, Felix is gone. Call back if you can, please. I see. I've been thinking, how be it that a government can be so deeply insensitive, so much that it can watch retirees who have served for 30 to 35 years dying as a result of non-payment of gratuities. Promotion of civil servants no longer exists in Rivers State. The worst of it is that even impressed for principals to run schools is dead for the past 3 terms. I weep for Rivers State. I think you should not. We got projects everywhere. That should be enough. You got the flyovers. What else do you want to crying out loud? Right. If impressed aren't given to principals, if gratuities aren't being paid by the administration, maybe another one will pay it. And if that one doesn't pay it also, don't worry, we'll keep waiting for the one that will pay it. But for now, relish in the joy of your having flyovers at the moment. So I've got a make-out from a group. You're welcome. Please go on.
Hello. My own concern is about the Rumokoro. It's a complaint too.
Okay.
The Rumokoro, every junction they build a wall, both at Larry, both Grita, both Umagwa. And when you reach Adedayo Mokoro market, they can't build the wall. What is happening with the government doing with that place? What is the main point? What is the reason why those other areas they build something that people cannot trade along the road? With that particular Mokoro market, they are not doing anything there. That's my own concern as a person. Because every time a lot of food up is running, people were pursuing people from the market, and still people are still there. What is the reason why they cannot build something and cover that place so that nobody can trade outside.
Yeah, but I mean, they're supposed to have there's supposed to be walkways. If you cover up everywhere, where are pedestrians going to walk?
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, but you're right though, Emeka. I mean, they should do something to ensure that the traders are not there. You know, but it's not just chasing them away from there. You also have to ensure there's somewhere they're going to go to. I suppose. Felix, hello, you're welcome. Please go on.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Felix. Go ahead.
Yeah, good day there.
Hello. Go ahead.
Yeah, my concern is about PhDs, EDC.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. A situation where individuals will buy poles and buy cables and connect lights to their compound, and then after that it becomes property of then PHEACN, now PHEDC. Not a problem. Now, somewhere along a street, for some reason, a vehicle hits down a pole, and PHEDC will not want to replace those poles or do anything about it and ask the residents to go and sort it out themselves.
Mm.
It's either you sort it out or that is your business. And meanwhile, they want you to buy the poles, connect the lights, possibly pay them for their own business, and they will want to also bill you, send you a bill. So they are maintaining their facility for which they will now send their own business and bill you. It is irreconcilable.
You're absolutely
Can't
right.
understand it.
You're right, Felix, and it's illegal. It's illegal. The problem is that people don't. A lot of us aren't patient. We don't want things to be done properly. We have the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC), where if you have a problem with
Sorry, I can't hear you properly.
I said we have NERC. Have you ever heard of NERC before? The Nigerian
Yeah.
Electricity Regulatory Commission.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with your disco, you can report it to them. You can, and they do work. They do work. They do respond to these matters. You can complain to the FCCPC as well, the Federal Consumer Commission Complaint something. Usually this formerly the CPC, the Consumer Protection Council. You can complain to them also, and they take up these matters. They address them.
Well, hope, because a whole lot of things with this PhD, the monopoly is getting too much, and I think government, will have to do something about it.
Yeah, government
in
a way, government
on your account,
Felix,
to pay if you don't pay.
Felix, in a way, government has done something about it. Utilize what government has done. Use NERC. Complain to NERC. Complain to the FCCPC. They will deal with it.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Roger, I know the process can be frustrating sometimes, but sometimes let's just try to trust the process. Let's use the process. Let's use it. Then if it doesn't work, we can complain that it's not working. But let's use the process. Now, there's a matter I want to respond to before I have to wrap up this segment. So I'm sorry. Okay, let's try this female line before I do that. Hello, you are. You're not female. Okay. Moving on. So, no more calls for now. I want to respond to a certain matter that was raised via WhatsApp. Where is that message again? It's here somewhere. Just a moment. Okay, here it is. I felt disappointed in your compliment of Andoni and granting amnesty to criminals, which you had vehemently opposed to in the past. I'm bothered about your sudden vote fast and newfound romance with some LGA chairman. You term them as non-existent local government. That's Tony Fair from Port Harcourt. Let me start with the end of that conversation. That I termed them, Tony is concerned about my sudden vote fast and newfound romance with some LGA chairman, and I term them as non-existent local government. Let me start with the term non-existent local government. I term them that because, look, in my estimation, local governments are not are not living up to their responsibilities, and the local government structure has somewhat been subdued, and um, basically it's under, basically almost taken over by state governments throughout the entire country. And that's why I refer to them as that. Of course they exist. Of course we have chairmen that are there. It's also a play on words of sorts. It's also a play on words. So you need to identify when there's a play on words and literal meaning or context, so to speak. Now that said, I still don't think that local governments are doing all that they can do. I think they can do more. So that has not changed. Now, when you said newfound romance with some LGA chairman, we're not, I am not, and the media generally is not the enemy of government. If I come into the studio and I criticize, people in government at whatever level, whether it's the president or Abuja or River State or any other state or governor or local government chairman, it's not personal. We're not enemies. And these criticisms are supposed to inspire them, to motivate them to do the right thing. I'm not anybody's enemy. I'm not the president's enemy. I'm not the federal government's enemy. I'm not River State's government's enemy. I'm not the River State governor's enemy. I'm not any senator's enemy. I'm not the enemy of the House of Assembly. No. It's about constructive criticisms, identifying lapses in our society so that they can be fixed. Now, if some people reach out, if a local government chairman reaches out and says, I want you to see what I'm doing in my local government area, and I oblige that invitation, how does that suddenly make me romancing with them? So if Buhari, if the president, for whatever reason, I don't know what that reason might be, but if the president invites me to Abuja tomorrow, and you see me at Aso Villa, a handshake with the president, and it takes me to see something, that suddenly means I'm romancing with the president. I'm sure that would be the headline, according to Tony Ife. That has been paid. He has collected money. He's now the president's friend. No, that's not how it works. We want the president to succeed. We want the governors to succeed. We want local government chairmen to succeed. We want them to succeed. If they're not doing right, we call them out. It doesn't mean that they are the enemy or I've become their enemy. No. If a government official wants to see me tomorrow, have a conversation with me, I'm going to oblige the person and listen to what they have to say. Maybe that conversation is going to help to improve things. And now, to the issue of the criminals, and I still hold my position that criminals should be punished, that criminals should be arrested, should be prosecuted, and if they are found guilty, they should be jailed. What I'm saying is, I saw something I'd never seen before in Andoni. I saw a large gathering of youths, of young persons who call themselves cultists. A large gathering, and it was interesting, really. It was a whole new experience for me. I might remember when I was talking about that incident, even with the little group of members who did not report for that event, who continues in doing, will be apprehended and handed over to security operatives. That's what should happen. That's what should be done. But I observed that the Andoni local government chairman is trying this out, and I hope it works. I do hope it works. I have my concerns about it, but what I was saying is this is what he's doing about it. And do I want you to succeed? Yes, I want you to succeed. I don't want you to fail. I hope that it succeeds. I hope that they drop their arms. I hope that there's peace in Andoni local government area. That's what I want. So if this is going to make it happen, fantastic. We will clap and sing Kumbaya. But it doesn't mean that my position that criminals should be punished has changed. No, that has not changed. And if tomorrow I hear that cultists ransack a community in Andoni LGA, I'm going to raise it. I'm going to talk about it and say, well, maybe the amnesty thing did not work. But do I want you to work? Yes. I don't want you to fail. I don't want to come in tomorrow and say, oh, you say they have killed 30 people. No, I want you to work. All right. I got a commercial break to attend to. We got business news for the hour at 4 p.m. Discussions continue after that. Please stay with us.